Hello happy people, this is Atirakshit here, your happiness coach and consultant for working professionals. I help working professionals get the magic of happiness in their personal and professional lives. Continuing with the series of getting happiness in your lives. Today I'll discuss with you an incident that happened with one of my colleagues some time back. Of course, most of the times I pick up incidents from my life because that's what I use to get happiness in your life, right? So I was just sitting along with my colleague and I was typing out some email or something like that. And suddenly my colleague goes all ballistic and then starts getting very agitated and saying, how dare he write something? How dare he say this? How dare he put something like this? I've put in so much efforts. He doesn't realize. How can he ask? And I was a bit surprised looking at his outburst, but then, it was good to keep quiet at that point of time. So I just kept quiet. But later on in the day, I asked him what exactly caused that outburst. And it so happened that he had created a newsletter. And when he had sent it out, he had got some feedback on the newsletter, which was like how he could improve on the newsletter, etc., etc., which basically made him agitated because he thought that his work was perfect and nothing could be improved. So what I basically did is I just looked at the response that he had got, and to me it seemed pretty fine, pretty simple, right? It was basically someone sending out an email and telling him that the newsletter was good. He had been through the newsletter and following other points which can be implemented to make it better. So after going through it, I just asked my colleague that what about the email upset him, and he is like, the fact that he's telling me or giving me suggestions to improve or saying this can be made better was very bad and insulting. But then I told him to read the email again calmly, and when he did that, and then he discussed and we realized that there was nothing outrageous in that email. Nothing that should ideally tick off my friend. It's just a simple email which tells him what he can do better, and it's just marked to him. It's not like he's marked the whole world in CC that my friend should feel bad. So I was like, I don't see any reason for you to get angry or to react in such a particular manner or fashion. It's simple feedback. You can take whatever you want and leave the rest aside, right? So what learning do we get from this? When my friend got an email, he immediately took it in a negative manner and he had an outburst. He basically reacted to that email rather than responding to it. Now what is the difference between reacting and responding? Reacting is what he did, that he immediately felt very bad and he had an outburst and he got so angry that he didn't even realize the intention of the email and that it wasn't anything that could cause a lot of harm. In fact, it was good. Responding is what I did when I looked at the email. I read through it, I understood what it was, and then just basically said, okay, if you want to accept something, you accept. If not, then you don't accept, right? It's simple to an incident that I had read online, wherein there was these people had gone to a nice hotel and they were sitting over there, and while they were doing that, a small cockroach crawls onto the table and the lady sitting on the table starts jumping up and down and shouting and screaming and all that stuff. The waiter just comes by, picks up the cockroach, takes him outside and throws it, right? This is another example of responding versus reacting. The lady reacted and was hysterical and was screaming and shouting. The waiter responded by doing what was appropriate at that particular situation. He came in, took things in a calm manner, decided a way of action, implemented the action, and got rid of whatever was causing the problem, right? In your working lives, whenever you come across situations that kind of tend to make you angry or make you lose your cool and calm, do not immediately react. Any email, any message, whatever you get, do not immediately react. If required, you can write out an email and put all your emotions into it, but don't send it. Let it be there in your box for a day or so. Come back to it next day when you are much more calmer and quieter. Look at it again, And I'm pretty sure 99% of the cases you would realize whatever you had written in the heat of the moment wasn't actually required, right? So go ahead and keep this in mind. Whenever you get into a situation, do not react, respond to it. Okay? Till the next video, keep smiling, stay happy. Atirakshit signing off.